Route 66 is not just a road, it's a legend. It was established in 1926 and stretches over 2,400 miles from Chicago, Illinois to Santa Monica, California. At its peak, it was a gateway for those seeking adventure, opportunity, and the American dream. Today, Route 66 continues to beckon adventurers and travelers from all over the world. Although it's no longer an official US highway, many sections of the route have been preserved and restored. You can still cruise down this historic road, experiencing the unique blend of small-town charm and scenic beauty that makes it a must-visit destination. My girlfriend and I have been talking about driving the Route 66 like forever, and we actually got this Route 66 passports in 2019. Finally, we decided to make this road trip an 11-day reality in September 2023. Get our passports ready. Let's go! So whether you are a seasoned traveler or someone looking for a taste of classic Americana, Route 66 has something special to offer. Buckle up and let's explore the main street of America. Our journey started on the 15th September and we only had 11 days to complete it. So we had to skip some of the popular stops. Also note that I've tried my best to get all the facts correct here, but I may have missed a few. This video is the first of the 3 episodes. To begin our journey, we headed straight for the official Route 66 start sign, but the upper portion of it was missing, so we went down further to capture the fenced up one. Then we headed southwest for an hour and 50 minutes to reach Ambler's Texaco station in Dwight. It was built in 1933 by John Ambler to serve travelers along Route 66 during its heyday. We got our first stop here. The station also had a logbook for the registration of visitors, and a wall of maps for us to locate our country and to put a pin in it. In another 20 minutes, we reached Pontiac. This town is rich in Route 66 history and continues to be relevant. It's home to the Route 66 Hall of Fame and Museum, featuring the people, businesses, and landmarks associated with the route. Established in 2004, the museum presents exhibits and interactive displays that help visitors to step back in time. The lady who had worked here for 15 years helped us chop on our passports, and each passport granted us one free Route 66 pin. On the second floor, there is a small gift shop, and I bought myself a cap and my girlfriend got herself a color changing ring. On the side of a building, we noticed the eye-catching mural designed by Bob Meyer. He was a renowned artist who had a strong connection to the historic highway. He is particularly famous for his detailed maps of the routes and his advocacy for its preservation. Another 2 hours of driving, we reached the Lincoln Home National Historic Site in Springfield. The key feature is that 2-story building where Abraham Lincoln lived with his wife and their children from 1844 until he became president in 1861. You can only enter the building by a guided tour. The tickets are free and can be obtained before 4:30 p.m. at the Visitor Center. Then we moved on to the Cozy Dog Drive-In, which is a historic and beloved roadside diner. It was founded in 1946 by Edward Meyer Jr., the father of Bob Meyer. He had created the Cozy Dog, now recognized as a corn dog.
It is then we know it's made of batter, not cheese.
The diner has been operated by the Bob Meyer family for generations, and its popularity continues to contribute to the local economy. It's about sunset when we reach the Skyview Drive-In in Litchfield. For 2 person?
2 persons, $14?
Yeah,
there you go. Okay.
After getting our tickets, we continued to find a good spot for our car. Drive-in theaters were a popular form of entertainment in US during the mid-20th century. It provides a unique experience for travelers and movie lovers. Before the movie begins, we went to the snack bar to get some popcorn and soft drinks. When it turned dark,
Also, please remember to turn off your headlights.
the towering movie screen came to life with the opening scenes of the feature film. We may not like the movie, but the experience is definitely memorable. After a long day of driving, we were both tired, so we decided to leave early and ended our first day there. Our day 2 begins with a 50-minute drive to St. Louis, the very first city in our second state, Missouri. And we went straight to the heart of the city where stands the iconic Gateway Arch. Standing at 630 foot tall, this stainless steel monument is an engineering masterpiece. It's a symbol of America's pioneering spirit and westward expansion. The tram ride to the top of Gateway Arch costs $15 to $19. Be sure to book early online for your desired slot. Most parts of the tour are guided, and the ride to the top takes about 4 minutes.
You'll be at the top for a little less than 10 minutes.
The tram ride is really one of a kind, and it can be intimidating for some, as the tram is super compact and the tram is constantly shaking. Once at the top of the arch, we can then truly appreciate this architectural marvel. As we gaze out, we were struck by the breathtaking view of the St. Louis skyline. We enjoyed the bird's-eye view of the skyscrapers and the iconic Busch Stadium for baseball, which offers a great contrast against the greenery of the arch grounds. To the east, we had a panoramic view of the Mississippi River. Following the river, we could see the bridges that connect Missouri and Illinois. This is where we can actually feel the historical significance of the Gateway Arch as a gateway to the west. Then we had our brunch at the Chili Max Diner, a 7-minute walk from the arch. I also had my morning coffee here. Next, we went on to visit the old Chain of Rocks Bridge. It was originally constructed in 1929, spanning the Mississippi River. It served as a vital river crossing along Route 66, connecting Missouri and Illinois. Today, it's a beloved pedestrian and cyclist route, offering breathtaking views of the river and the surrounding landscapes. Notice the 22-degree bend at the middle of the bridge. It was purposely designed to help ships navigate the tricky waters. As we stand on this bridge, we can truly appreciate the footsteps of countless travelers who venture along Route 66. Before leaving St. Louis, we made a quick stop at the Donut Drive-In. It's known for its classic and delicious donuts, and it's a must-visit for locals and travelers alike. And we tried one of their most recommended fruity fritters. How is it? But do expect them to be super sweet. We made another quick stop at the Route 66 State Park in Eureka. Although we didn't spend much time there, we do admire the constant efforts made by the locals to restore the Route 66 bridge. After an hour of driving, we reached the Fanning 66 outpost. It's a tribute to the history and culture of Route 66. Since it's closed when we were there, we didn't have the chance to enter and have a taste of the old Route 66. But be sure to take some photos at this place, especially with the famous Route 66 rocker, the second largest rocking chair in the world. Then we decided to end our day 2 somewhere near St. Robert. Waking up in Uranus, we can't wait to explore such an interesting place. It's a town that embodies the spirit of adventure and humor. Uranus is full of quirky and entertaining attractions. From the Circus Sideshow Museum, where you can find thrills and amazement of the old day sideshows, to the Uranus Fudge Factory and General Store, where you can sample some unique sweets. Step into this charming store. We were shocked by the sheer variety and the amount of freshly made fudge, chocolate, and other nostalgic candies. This place again reminds us how strong the Americans crave for sweets. We loved the playful character Uranus brings to our Route 66 adventure. Then we moved on to the Route 66 roadside park in Springfield. It marks the birthplace of the idea to create the US Route 66 highway. The legendary T-shaped giant Hamburg sign in the park tells us the story of the toned-down race giant Hamburg. The park also features a large, iconic Route 66 shell sign. We spent some time roaming around to experience the essence of Route 66 in the city. Half an hour west brings us to the Garrigate-Barita Sinclair station, which is easily one of our favorite stops along the historic highway. This place is so popular, and the owners are very friendly to talk to.
If you need anything, I'm George. Please ask.
The station was preserved by Gary Turner's dedication and passion. He wanted to recreate the magic of the 1950s when Route 66 was in its prime. Here, we found antique gasoline pumps, classic cars, and the treasure trove of Route 66 relics. It's a living museum of the American road trip. I'm just amazed by the number of visitors from all around the world. After Gary's passing in 2015, his family has maintained and preserved this living piece of history and continues to provide free ice creams and sodas for travelers. It's definitely a must-visit stop along Route 66. Just a few minutes from the Garrigate-Barita, we found the Spencer station. The dedicated owner bought this place a few years back, and he is making constant effort to restore it. Due to time constraint, we passed by Carthage rather quickly and went straight to Galena in the state of Kansas.
Welcome to Kansas.
Cars on the Route is a place we have to visit. As we step onto the premises, we were not just at a service station, but also in the spotlight of the classic cars. Isn't that Mater?
I like you already. My name's Mater.
As the sun began to set, we ended our third day in Kansas. We cut through Kansas and entered Oklahoma within 15 minutes.
Welcome to Oklahoma.
Near the town of Vinita, we stopped at the Highway Cafe, a classic example of many diners along Route 66. As it's closed on Mondays, we couldn't have our breakfast here, but we got some stickers from the small box next to the entrance. 20 minutes from the Highway Cafe, we reached the Ed Galloway Totem Pole Park, nestled along the historic route in Foyle. This park is a remarkable testament to the artistry and vision of Ed Galloway, a self-taught artist and folk craftsman. The centerpiece of this park is the world's largest totem pole, standing at an impressive 90 feet tall. He was also a skilled woodworker and a fiddle enthusiast.
They're fiddles, but they're not made to play.
He created all of these one-of-a-kind fiddles and displayed them here.
We got this really nice chop and this really nice dream chaser. The lady, she's going to be 80 in about 2 or 3 days.
Oh, that's so nice.
And it's like a happy birthday in advance. And I think she's really impressive. She's 80, but she's still working. One of the advice she has given us is that you don't stay idle and not do anything, just keep going.
Our next stop is the Blue Whale of Cartosa, one of the most iconic and popular roadside attractions along Route 66. The Blue Whale, constructed by Hugh S. Davis in the early 1970s, was initially a gift for his wife, Zelda. It represents the spirit of the highway's golden era when travelers sought entertainment and relaxation along the route. This 80-foot-long concrete and steel marble was completed in 1972, and it quickly became a popular swimming spot and picnic area for travelers along Route 66. Although we are not allowed to swim here anymore, it continues to be a popular place for visitors to relax and take photos. Before leaving this place, we also left our footprints here. Then we headed to Bulk Atom's Cosmic Curios on 66 in Tulsa. It's a place where history meets cosmos. You can literally shake hands with the aliens. Welcoming us with a friendly smile is the space cowboy Bulk Atom. At this place, I could also imagine the glow of vibrant and retro neon signs at night. In the heart of the city lies the symbolic midpoint of Route 66 in Tulsa. The sculptures are the work of Robert Summers, and the scene depicts every family riding west in a Motel T Ford, meeting an eastbound horse-drawn carriage. Before leaving the city, we went to the Route 66 historical village. It It was established to celebrate and preserve the history and culture of Route 66 in this area. This open-air museum is also a place for us to learn about Tulsa's history in the oil refining and transportation industry. Then we moved on to the Arcadia Run Barn, which was built by local farmer William Harrison Alder in 1898, and now is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. Unfortunately, it was closed by the time we reached, so we could only capture the primitive farm implements lying outside the barn. Continuing on to Pop 66, the ultimate destination for soda lovers. It features a 66-foot-tall soda bottle sculpture, gas station, and diner. With over 700 different varieties of soda, you will for sure find the right flavor for yourself.
You sure you want this one?
Yep. Then we decided to drive to Oklahoma City and end our day there. Heading out of Oklahoma City, we couldn't help but noticing traces of Route 66 in the town of Yukon. That includes the milk bottle grocery and Yukon Mail and Grain Company. Next to Yukon, the town of El Reno also offers a Route 66 sign for travelers to take photos with. 12 minutes west, we found a giant Native American in Calumet, a 20 feet tall prominent figure along the route. The adjacent trading post offers Native American art and souvenirs, and the decommissioned tractors lying around make this place unique. Our next stop, the Oklahoma Route 66 Museum in Clinton, is my personal most recommended stop. It's a great place for both adults and kids. The $7 admission fee worth every single cent. The museum opened its doors in 1995. It was established to commemorate the Route 66 and its significance in the development of America. We could feel the impact of Route 66 by just looking at the vintage automobiles, neon signs, and the interactive displays. As a valuable educational resource, it's a place where people of all ages can learn about the highway's past. Travelers from across the country and around the world come here to immerse themselves in the nostalgia of the Mother Road. And we could easily spend half a day here just to know more of the history of Route 66. The stretch of Route 66 from Clinton to Elk City is typical western Oklahoma. The region's vast skies provide a beautiful backdrop for our drive to the National Route 66 Museum in Elk City. It's another museum that offers exhibits to show history, culture, and impact of Route 66. We went in just to get our chops. Then we passed by the town of Eric and quickly snapped some photos of the Sand Hill Curiosity Shop before entering the state of Texas.
Welcome to Texas.
Then we headed straight to Amarillo to end our day there.